Next, we will have Dr. Cau. Dr. Cau, yeah, Vietnam is experiencing one of the highest growth rates, economic growth rates in Southeast Asia, and I believe this will continue to happen. But this means that your cities in Vietnam will be more and more bustling with activities, people, motorization, and you will have probably more problems of air pollution and need for air quality monitoring. The question that I was going to ask is, you are the pilot project site for this EANET project on local sensor. Maybe you can provide a brief background on why you decided to do this, and also what is your experience now in terms of local sensors. But to give the audience some context, maybe you can tell us a bit about how many continuous air quality monitoring station do you have in Hanoi, for example, only, just to put it into perspective. Thank you, Dr. Cao, please.
Thank you, Mr. Wood, and thank you very much for having me here. So first, as you say that I have my sent in advance my presentation file, but now I can have some brief view about. First, in Vietnam, we have in terms of air quality monitoring network, we have two levels of monitoring networks. We have the national level, and we have the provincial or some facilities level monitoring network. At the national level, the major city and like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, we have the automatic monitoring station. Not much, so that the coverage and the density is not much it's not much the demand. And at the moment, we have somehow integrate the provincial and national level the data. And touching on regarding the LCS, actually last year I discussed with our colleague from EANET and ECAP, the Ministry of Environment of Japan, for the pilot study, pilot monitoring of LCS. The reason here is that actually in Vietnam, the coverage of the network is still inefficient. So we decide to use LCS to have the more density. And last year we installed the LCS in Ho Chi Minh City with 5 LCS, and the data was at this moment we make the data comparison, and somehow it's good because in LCS we installed the LCS in parallel with the conventional monitoring and with the EANET network, and we somehow we got the data. And for the advantage of LCS, just echo what Professor Wang just said, that at our institution, we are now doing research on integrating the air quality monitoring and weather monitoring, so that we can provide for the urban service like the integrated news, like the weather, the wind, the humidity, and the air quality for some area. And our idea is that the news can be, we develop an app that every citizen can see the real-time air quality and weather condition in the mobile phone. So that is the reason. And our plan for the LCS this year is that we will continue the LCS study in Ho Chi Minh City. And in parallel, we are also working with our colleague from ECAP to do LCS study in Hanoi City. Hanoi is a major city in Vietnam, and I think everyone knows that the air pollution is now a big concern. So this time we will install the LCS in Hanoi City, and we are already in talk with the local government, Hanoi City, how to install and how to monitor and to integrate our data. And the next topic I would like to discuss here is that with our colleague here regarding the LCS, that the challenge for LCS, I think not only in Vietnam, other countries, how to make the data official, like recognized by the officer, because we need to verify the accuracy and the reliability of the LCS data, and to make it as a kind of official data by the government. So in Vietnam, we are also discussing on how to use as one and how to bring it into maybe to change the regulation, also the policy also. So that is the biggest challenge for LCS in Vietnam. And in Vietnam, LCS not only in Hanoi, but there are some other projects in other provinces like Da Nang or Hanam province, which is a lot of industrial activities. We are now installing LCS studies there. So in parallel now, We are also expanding our EANET network, asset deposition monitoring network. And in parallel, at each station, we try to maintain at least one air quality monitoring station in parallel with the asset deposition. So that is our plan. Thank you.